Hey there, my name is Drew Brashler, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you all about the user output routing on the Behringer X32 and Midas M32. If you're brand new to my channel, I am all about helping you feel more confident in your production gear no matter where you're starting from. So let's go ahead and dive in. If you happen to miss my user input routing video from last week, make sure to go check that out because that's going to be helpful for you if you're planning on diving into this user input and output routing. But on the Behringer X32, you will need to have version 4 firmware or newer installed on your console, as versions 1, 2, and 3 did not have this user routing in the firmware quite yet. So make sure to go ahead and update your firmware. And if you do need to find a video on how to update your firmware, go to search my videos, as I also have that available for you as well. What's a practical use of user output routing? Well, one of my favorite uses of the user output routing is actually when I'm doing my multi-track recordings. I might have a show file like this, where I have 30 inputs, but I have 2 that I'm not using. So I want to make sure that I'm recording either my stream output or my left-right output so that I can critique my mix later as I'm listening to my mix in the car or at home on some studio monitors, that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you how to get 30 inputs from your console and 2 outputs from your console going into our X Live card. And this would be the same way that you would do it if you had an X Dante card or the X USB card or the XUF card. The fundamentals are still the same. So the first thing that you need to do is hit the routing button, and we are going to tab all the way over to our user section. And you can change between the input and output routing by pressing your first rotary knob. So what's really neat about the output routing is I can not only select inputs, but I can also select outputs here. So this is a very useful tool for us. So in this case, I'm going to select 30 inputs and I'm going to select 2 outputs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my 30 inputs coming from local in, as that's where I have all of my inputs for this show file, is they're coming in locally 1 through 30. So I'm going to go to my output 1, go ahead and select local in 1, and I'm going to go all the way through 30. So we've come to output 31 and 32 here, and I'm wanting to select my PA feed that I'm sending my speakers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab over to the Output tab, and we are going to find where we have our left-right being sent to the speakers. And if you're using a standard show file from Behringer, it's typically going to be on out 7 and 8 or output 15 and 16. So in this case, I have my PA feed being 15 and 16 here. So I'm going to tab back over to User, and on output 31, I'm going to select output 15, and then on 32, I'm going to select output 16. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to change our routing for our expansion card. So we're going to tab over to card, and this is what is being sent to the card, meaning that if I had a DAW plugged into this card, or I had the SD card wanting to record from this card, whatever I'm sending on this page is what's going to that card. So I'm going to select user out 1 through 32. And we can use the scroll knob on our 6th rotary knob to scroll through and see where our outputs going to this card are coming from. So on 1, we have local 1, 8, we have local input 8, and we can scroll through and see that our last 2 are coming from my matrix 1 and 2, which is correct. That's where my PA feed is being sent out to my PA, and I'm pulling those into my device here. So now when I hit record on either my DAW over to the side or on the X Live card, I am recording 30 inputs from my stage, which are coming into local 1 through 30 here, and then I am saving my 31 and 32 for my PA recording. Additionally, If I was wanting to set this up for streaming, what I could do is I could put my stream output on these last two channels. And then say you're using OBS, well, then you can have that computer plugged into your XLive card or your XUSB card and have that being selected from my 31 and 32 from that card. So I know that my stream is going to be coming from my outputs 9 and 10. So we can see 9 and 10 here is where I have my stream coming from on this show file. So I'm going to page all the way over to user, and I'm going to select my outputs 10, 9 and 10 here. So 9 and 10. So if we go back over to my expansion card, I can now scroll all the way to the bottom and see that matrix 5 and 6, which is where my stream is coming from, is being put on input 31 and 32 of this card. So then when we go over to our DAW, we can select input 31 and input 32, and that is now our stream. If you were wanting to simplify some of this and have your stream actually being on 1 and 2, and then have all of the rest of the routing coming in the rest of the channels, you can also do that. We would simply go ahead and select our outputs 9 and 10 at the top. So we can go back over to our user routing here, and we can go all the way up to input 1, and we can select output 9, and then we can select output 10 on 1 and 2, and then we can go and select the rest of our local ins here. So local input 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So now we can tab back over to our card, and we can see that we have matrix 5 and 6, which is my stream that I'm sending to my stream, on 1 and 2. So on OBS or whatever streaming software you're using, you can select inputs 1 and 2 for your stream. And then for additional, you would have this routing for doing multi-track recording, having our 30 inputs coming on 3 through 32, as you can see as I scroll through this. Now, like I was saying, you can select really anything on our user output routing. You can select anything from local in, AES50A and B in, card in, aux in, talkbacks, output, all the 16 outputs, your P16s, your aux outputs, and even your monitor sends. So this is a very flexible and powerful tool of having this user output routing available to us. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you happen to have any questions, or if you have ideas of videos that you want me to make in the future, feel free to put that in the comment section below, as I'm always looking through those comments for suggestions on videos to make for you in the future that are going to be helpful for you. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel or become a member and help support me and my channel in creating this content for you. Also, check out drewbrashler.com for more articles, tips, and tricks. Thank you so much.